Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Howdy, 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 howdy. It's Tanner, it's Mags. We're watching Liverpool versus Chelsea right here on Radio Tekkers. Has anybody seen Matt? Does anybody know where Matt is? We're worried. We're very worried.
Chat. F in the chat for Matt.
There you go. Let's get it going. Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? It's Tanner, aka the Text Gentleman, and along with me here for the second time today, my good friend and yours, the Podfather himself, Mags. Mags, how are you doing?
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, indeed. Alrighty, Mags, we've got a fun show ahead of us here. Lots of good times and great memories ahead. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Yes. This is a big one, Mags. This is a very big match. Lukaku versus Virgil van Dyke. Can Klopp get something out of his squad here today that is meaningful? I mean, it's been a rough week if you're a Liverpool fan, to be quite frank with you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's cool that we're getting such a big match with such a kind of a lot riding on it so early in the season. I mean, whoever wins this match essentially goes back to the top of the league. We've got Thomas Tuchel, the Champions League Manager of the Year, quite fairly. We've even got Jorginho, the Player of the Year. Don't know how he wangled that. But yeah, this is a match of absolute star power at the beginning of the season, and yeah, I'm really excited for it.
And look, we have a special guest. He's arrived. Matt's with us here, ladies and gentlemen. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm late. Sorry, I'm late for school. I'm sorry.
No, it's
no. Where's your note from your mum? Where's your note from your mum to say why you were late?
Well, if you want, I can get it for you. But
indeed.
Well, we're waiting. Go on. You've got time. Kick off in 15 minutes. Hurry up and get this note. Otherwise, you'll have to get sent out of the class, and we'll just have to do that.
Oh, let's bring him back in. Let's not make this stream look crappy.
At least look crappy. It may sound and be crappy, but at least it won't look crappy. No,
right.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us, Matt. We appreciate it, sir.
Happy to be here, sir. Happy to be here.
Matt, what I just asked Mags, I want your take on this as well, because to be quite frank with you, I'm a bit nervous. This is a big game, a big match, Chelsea and Liverpool. Obviously, this is at Anfield, so the momentum's in our direction. We're in our house here, Matt. But it's been a rather tough week if you're a Liverpool fan, right? A tough Champions League draw that we'll talk about later. We're looking at a very difficult transfer window where we've not had a lot of incomings, but we've seen Manchester United go out and get the likes of Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, and now Cristiano Ronaldo. Chelsea are picking up big pieces. And it looks like we're probably not going to get Mbappe to your liking, I'm sure. But where is the silver lining here, Matt?
We effectively got a new signing in Virgil van Dyke, who's come back from a year off. And let's face it, we had the biggest signing, which is the Cop full again, Matt, Mags and Tanner. Having the fans back is effectively a 12th man for Liverpool. We really, from not having it around last year, I would say that yes, we haven't had necessarily a lot of big signings come in, but at the same time, I saw this in an article this week. In fact, it was this morning I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot, all these players, people spend like 60 million, 70 million on these big players.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week we had Harvey Elliott start for us, who cost us nothing, effectively.
And it starts today.
Mm-hmm. And if he played like he did last week, then why do we need to spend money when we got homegrown talent sitting in our academy? It's perfect for us, really.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. I can definitely get on board with that train of
And
thought.
Liverpool have always had an outstanding academy. They've always had that kind of that young talent coming through.
Yeah, for sure. And Harvey Elliott, again, he starts today. We're about to actually get into starting lineups here momentarily. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he puts out today. This is a big moment for him as a young player.
I mean, can he make the step up to regular Premier League action like he did in the Championship? I mean, he was destroying teams for Blackburn. If he can bring a half of what he was doing in the Championship to this Liverpool side, I don't think you've got anything to worry about in terms of him fitting in.
Alrighty, well, good deal. Let's take a moment here, and we will look at the starting lineups. Let me pull it up here in just a moment. Let's take a look here. Do I have it? There it is. Ba-ba. There we go. Starting lineups here. We've got for Liverpool, the home side, Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson start in the defense. Harvey Elliott, Jordan Henderson, and Fabinho in the midfield. A very
Fabinho not at centre back. Is the world gone mad?
Yeah, this is a very different
bold. It's a bold Liverpool
this
side.
is a very different looking Liverpool from last season. And then Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino, and Sadio Mane start in the attack. A little bold. I mean, perhaps Bobby Firmino had a good training session for Liverpool.
Bobby played well in pre-season. A very good pre-season. Has scored this season as well against earlier season against Norwich. He earned this spot, in my personal opinion, and maybe he's looking for something a little bit different compared with what Jota brings. Because that's a very, very strong team. My only slight concern there is Andy Robertson at fullback. People say he'd be out for longer than he actually has been. So,
for one, I'm glad he's back because I need the points.
I'm very happy to see him back. I'm just hoping he's not back too early.
Well, if he is, he'll be getting dumped like a hot. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Man, watching his language. Who is this?
I'm a professional now up in these businesses.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Mendy in goal, Rudiger, Christensen, and Azpilicueta in defense. Alonso, Conte, Jorginho, and Reece James in the midfield. Just ahead of them, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, and then Romelu Lukaku again at the striker, the number 9 position here. Again, a strong lineup here from Chelsea. And of course, we thank you guys, those of you who are joining us in the chat. We've already got some predictions going here from both Twitch as well as YouTube. UTT Rob's in the chat with us. How's it going, Rob? He's asking about any thoughts on Town beating Reading today, like the Ultimate Warrior beat the Honky Tonk Man at WrestleMania. Yes, I'm sure we'll get to that momentarily.
Pretty sure he faced him at SummerSlam, not WrestleMania.
Oof. Wow. Rob being shot down in flames there by
unless I'm misremembering, he didn't face him at WrestleMania.
Radio Tekkers wrestling historian, the magnificent Matt Willis, right here.
But in fairness, yes, when he beat Honky, it was I'm slightly concerned about this Chelsea team from a Liverpool point of view, because with the great exception of Lukaku being up top, this is the same team which started the Champions League final. Wow. If I say that. Wow.
It's not only the same team though, Matt. Lukaku adds so much.
Exactly.
Not only from the player who was at Manchester United. I mean, the player that's come back from Inter, he's He holds the ball up so much better. He plays off his teammates so much better. He creates chances so much better. He's almost the perfect attacker. And him running at biscuit knees Matip and biscuit knees Van Dijk is going to be very scary for Liverpool.
Now hold on, Max. You can say that.
Yes,
you can say
I can bear you so much. It's so good.
You are welcome to do that against Joel Matip. Okay, by all means. Van Dijk's played 180 minutes into the NBA. Okay, don't call him biscuit knees.
Yeah, I mean the man's still a colossus as well.
Yes,
Romelu Lukaku very rarely takes on defenders the size and the skills of Virgil van Dijk.
I mean that is a good point, but last season Jordan Pickford treated Van Dijk's knees like digestives in a hot cup of tea. Have they recovered? Who knows?
Well, maybe we'll.
This is a great test. We'll have to find out.
It certainly is a great test, and it's going to be fun watching.
I would say though, as we get for
for me at least, for one of us in this.
If we're getting ready for the 66th meeting between Liverpool and Chelsea this century, which is already a hell of a lot of things only in the 21st year of the century. Liverpool have only won 4 of the last 15, but have won 3 of the last 4. So this is I don't know what's going to happen in this game. That's why we're here to talk about it as we watch along.
Yeah, exactly. And I know I rag on you two for being Liverpool fans, and it's all banter. At the end of the day, this is why we watch the Premier League, because of matches like this where we're getting two teams of incredible star power, and we get to talk about it whilst having amazing viewers in the chat joining in. So yeah, we're blessed. We're absolutely blessed.
The beautiful thing about this game is that we get this week in, week out. This sort of fixture, we haven't got to rely on another country bailing us out money wise, so we can actually still play football. And that's you, Barcelona, Madrid, by the way.
And Tom actually brings up a really good point here in the chat, and hi to you as well, Tom. Yep. So I'm really excited to watch these two shapes gel, wing backs versus wing backs, and really it's all about who Lukaku sits on for me. Yeah, it absolutely is. If Lukaku leans into Matip and is able to fend him off, I don't think Matip's got anywhere near the pace to keep control of Lukaku.
He's got the strength. I think he's got the strength to do it.
I mean, again, this is a different beast in Lukaku than was at Man United. This is a strong player.
This is why I think Fabinho is starting just in front of the back two to give him a bit of cover just in case they need it. Because if they need to, he can drop back in there, become a back three. That's not a bad thing at all for that.
I've got a good comment here in the chat as well. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this name. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, like, Sheeran? I'm going to go with that. So let me know in the chat how to pronounce your name. It says 2 German ex-Borussia Dortmund managers going after each other. Fantastic game today. Liverpool versus Chelsea. My prediction is 2-1 Liverpool win. Now, Klopp has... both of these managers have outsmarted each other in the past, so this is really setting up to be a very interesting tactical battle here. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel is going for maybe a more possession-based approach, and Klopp has always built his systems around playing against that sort of football. So, again, who gets their tactics right today makes all the difference. Before the game kicks off here, let's get a quick prediction here. Matt, I'll start with you. Predictions for today's game.
Well, for me, based on the fact that Virgil van Dijk is unbeaten in his last 32 Premier League starts alongside Joel Matip, I'm going to go for Liverpool to win 3-1.
3-1. All right.
Oh, that's spicy.
3-1.
And this is a Virgil van Dijk who was out for pretty much all of last season. So to take into account the matches he had in like 1999, I don't think that quite counts, Matt. But I think Liverpool will win. I think it'll be 2-1. I think it'll be a bit tighter than Matt suggests.
I'm thinking, 2-1 sounds about right to me. Also, Liverpool win. I would be surprised if Chelsea came away with points here at Anfield, but we've seen crazier things happen in the past. Now, if you guys haven't done so already here, before we kick off here, like, share, subscribe. Let us know.
Tom is on the button there.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Tom. Thanks.
I have paused for you, Tanner, by the way.
Yes, we've just kicked off here in the UK.
See, what's weird is like they haven't even shown me the game. Like it's not even loading. So you guys are gonna have to tell me what's going on here as
awesome.
I get this.
Well, I'm playing it then, Matt.
Yeah, playing.
Okay, so instantly,
I would like.
Instantly, I think it's Fabinho showing Reece James who's boss, and it actually looks like it was Mane. Went right through Reece James. Brilliant. What a great start.
I would like to remind our wonderful listener in the chat below who mentioned Van Dyke did concede 7. He wasn't alongside Matip that day, though.
It was Tom.
Mr. Collohue, he was right. I will point out that most throws were down to Joe Gomez playing in a different stadium at the time, it felt like. But at the same time,
so bad.
It was a bad game. But you know, as I said at the time, I don't believe that it would happen again. And say far touch wood, it has not. Just got a shot of Jurgen Klopp on British TV here. Clean shaven, no glasses, looked weird.
But he has won 9 of his last 15 against Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He knows what he knows.
It's also not French, Matt. It's Tuchel.
Oh yes, of course. We will discuss, wasn't it? Yes.
I think we had a somewhat of a conversation about this.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So far, though, first 90 seconds of Liverpool have actually started pretty brightly.
Yeah, look good. Looking good so far. I can dig it.
And now we just see a close up of Harvey Elliott, and he looks so
right,
he's so calm on the ball.
Oh, look at that instinct with Mo Salah and the ball in.
Oh, they've got such a great partnership between the two of them. What is your time right now, gentlemen?
We're on 1:57. I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit behind y'all, but that's okay.
I mean, we could pause. How far behind are you?
I'm about 15 seconds.
Okay, I'm pausing at 2:05.
I'm on 2:06. So.
Okay, so right now I'm at 1:55 here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to pause along with us, that's cool. If you want to keep rolling, that's fine too. Don't do it on my account here. But I'm now caught up. So that's cool.
Cool.
Let's see.
Chelsea playing their way out of trouble there, but instantly going straight back to Liverpool.
Thank you for joining us, Tom. We appreciate it, and we thank you for all the well wishes here for today's show.
I've just received Mags antenna from you guys some notifications. So reason my phone didn't buzz while I was baking. I'm not quite sure why that was. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's fine. And yeah, for people who should definitely go out and check Tom Colloheu's channel on Twitch and YouTube.
Yes.
One of my go-to people for wrestling news and analysis. He's so good at what he does. So definitely check him out.
Absolutely. It looks like Lukaku he's choosing to mark up with Van Dyke.
Well, I mean, makes sense. Just give him a little nudge in the back of the knees, scare him a little bit.
Yeah, Van Dyke at some point.
Van Dyke will bow down. He will.
What?
He will bend the knee.
I don't think that you're.
I'd like to point out that
you're a liar.
One of the
you're a fucking liar.
I'm not entirely sure which player it was, but one of the Chelsea players didn't take the knee. Now I'm not sure which one it was. Obviously, it's their prerogative.
Oh. And
that's not afraid to shoot.
No fear at all.
No.
What is it with people called Harvey in this Premier League being young and just having no fear? So well worked. I mean, when you have a player that young and more salary is confident enough to pass to him to let him have a crack, that is a supreme level talent.
This goes back to what I was saying before the game started. We didn't need to go outside a big name player because he's stepping up into that breach already. I mean, I'm glad he got rid of those terrible dreadlocks he was sporting at one point.
Yeah, and 18 goal contributions last season for Blackburn.
The short haircut really suits him quite well here, I think.
And before you come at me in the chat saying there's only Blackburn Rovers, he was their bright light for last season for sure. So
him 7 goals, 11 assists.
Yeah, him and Adam Armstrong were essentially they kept Blackburn in the position that they're in, and they've lost both of them now.
I don't know how they've gone on so far, Mags. You're from nearer that neck of the woods than me.
Well, they're our mortal enemies. So
how are we doing at the moment?
I believe they got a draw today. I want to say that they got a draw
because you've got a massive game tomorrow lunchtime, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
And I'm going for a home win for that one, Mags.
Against Leeds.
Mm-hmm. Derbies doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about derbies.
Blackburn was one apiece. Both teams got a player sent off.
Oh, that was Fabinho went right through the back of him.
Fabinho laid his marker down early.
They knocked knees pretty good there.
Well, that's all you need to do that to Van Dijk, and Lukaku he'll have him in his pocket.
No, I mean, Fabinho did that to Kai Havertz.
I'm saying Lukaku should do that to Van Dijk.
Well, I'm sorry. I hear I see your lips moving, but I can't hear what you're saying.
What you're saying makes no sense. Yeah, he was clearly out of his box then. Alisson was miles out of his box with the ball then. Wow. This is brutal.
I mean.
And that's a great little dinking long ball by Van Dijk there. That's one thing about Van Dijk I absolutely adore. His
ability to play the ball.
Yeah, his spreading of the ball is so good.
Yeah. A great distributor, for sure.
Matip is not happy.
Ooh.
Mount's control here. That's beautiful. And to be fair, yeah, that is a foul all day long, John. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah,
it is good control.
He acted really rash about that. Yeah,
he did. He got. If it's fair, I'm happy to admit that was a foul. UTT Rob in the chat saying Blackburn are 6 places behind Town in the league, and Town are 24th in the league. Oof.
24th in the Premier League. So,
so fourth place in the championship.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I would like to point out that
only 4 points behind, 4 places behind Arsenal.
Oof.
Okay, deaf ears for that one. Cheers.
I'm watching the ball come in there, Mag. Sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting to see how this
Mane didn't have the best clearance there, but ended up putting it behind.
I mean, it's not really what you employ Mane for, though. To be fair.
No, but he followed up and got rid of it, so he made a mistake and cleared it up.
He's on the pitch, he can do a job.
Oh. Testy effort there, but way over from Chelsea from the corner.
Straight to the cop. While waiting for Alisson to retrieve the ball from the adoring Liverpool fans behind his goal, should we mention how the Tekkers Premier League is going, gentlemen? Or
why don't you piss off? So, I am bottom.
No, it's more important news here. Dan Griffin in the chat is absolutely right. He's Mason Mount looking a lot like his dear old man. This guy.
Hey, wait. Have you got some kind of paternity Mason Mount you don't know about?
I won't tell.
Well, we haven't got Jeremy Carl anymore. The Tekkers will have a potato test in the post to you next week.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is lovely one-touch stuff
Join
from
us.
the right side of Liverpool. Oh,
What a great ball. Oh, what a bad touch. What a horrific touch.
And he knows it.
Yeah, Henderson, you should not be offered a deal after that. That was horrific as well.
It was on the half volley.
With Bobby Firmino as well. He shouted to Bobby to leave that. Oh, that's woeful.
He should have let Bobby have that. Bobby would have put that away.
A heartbeat, yeah.
Oh, but it shows that there are cracks in this Chelsea defence if Henderson is able to make those runs.
Indeed, absolutely pulsating start.
Fabinho front flip to get to the ball.
Can you
right
believe
there.
it's been 10 minutes already, gentlemen, by the way?
It's been
Well,
crazy.
for us it's been about 25 because we were here on time for the broadcast.
10 minutes of kickoff.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I meant.
We've got a free kick here.
Trent
Trent
Alexander-Arnold with Robertson. Trent floats it in. Van Dijk's header. Taken by Mendy.
Yep. Van Dijk staying down as well. Oh, as he took a knock on his knee. Oh, referee's actually saying no, we don't need to bring anyone on.
He's getting to his knee. He's got off his knee to like a one.
He's bending the knee to Lukaku like he should.
He's back on his feet again. Jogging back everyone. Thinking, I haven't seen a replay, but I'm guessing he just maybe caught something, if you know what I mean, on the way down, the way up for his header.
He may have twinged his ligament. Well, what's
That's
left
what
of his
we're calling it, I
ligament.
suppose, yes.
I think Matt was trying to make a different kind of joke there, Mags.
Had to go sexual.
Well, I didn't have
You're
to.
just very lowbrow comedy for us. Be better, Matt. Be better than that.
He hurt his ligament. I'm going to have to
Liverpool
use
attacking
that.
from the front still. Chelsea with a break here.
And this, Tanner, is how you choose to spend your birthday.
Yeah, I know, right? This is a good time.
Happy 40th, Tanner.
Oh,
Does it look a day over 49?
I look great for 50.
So if you are Mason Mount's dad, that means you were like 7.
I was a player. Yeah.
Mason Mount's mum may be.
What a ball over the top!
But you're facing Champions League Keeper of the Year, Eduard Mendy. You're not going to get that far.
I don't think.
Fair,
it's
Mendy
that
dealt with it very well.
big of a deal. Welcome, Connor. Hope you're doing
Hello,
well.
sir.
Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I do appreciate
And
that.
it's
Thank you,
okay being
everybody.
late.
I noticed Rob and Dan haven't said happy birthday. The ignorant.
Yeah.
Yes, rude. We've got the rudest watchers in the whole football community.
Thank you, everybody who has joined us so far for
Yes.
Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's fantastic to have you along.
Oh,
Thank you.
brave
Yes.
passing out of defence by Chelsea there.
Ooh.
Liverpool putting pressure on from the front. This is good. I
They've
wanted
got the tails up.
to
Yes.
bring this to attention, but I wanted to bring this part of the exact moment to Man United, who of course have signed Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
You gentlemen did a great job yesterday of once you finally introduced him properly, Tanner,
Chris, yeah.
Mr. Chris, about you Rob, happy birthday to you, Tanner.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it.
Well, so a bit.
Professional expert, Chris.
Does Cristiano Ronaldo bring the press from the front? Because that's what Ole's been playing a lot of. Does he bring that?
I mean, very rarely will I go and plug another channel. I will do it if I absolutely respect them. And Tifo IRL does a great job at the data and analytics of players and how they fit in tactically with teams. And yesterday they did a great video about Ronaldo and how he lines up with an Ole-led Manchester United side, and the goal for him is not to be pressing. I think that they're going to require that a lot of the team presses around him in order to get in on goal.
You're saying they're gonna carry Ronaldo at times.
Defensively, like in terms of the pressing game, I mean, what you'll probably see Ronaldo do is what he's typically done in Madrid and Juventus, whereas he drops in deep and then makes sprinting runs through the middle into goal. And
I mean, I guess I can't argue with the with that fact. I mean, you're paying 12 million for him. 12 million.
Yeah, plus some perks.
That's
a lot
stupid.
of perks.
That's stupid money. When you think about people like Mbappe going for the sort of money he's going for, and Man are picking up, arguably still one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah, I mean, considering that
it's certainly top 5 still at his age.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Had you told me that Ronaldo and Messi would have been transferred in this window for 20 million euros,
and as we speak, Salah has a whiff of a chance there, but just not able to get hold of the ball.
Liverpool come again,
and here they come.
Alexander Arnold, Fabinho.
Lovely little dink over the top. A bit too much for Harvey.
Wins the corner.
Yeah, for me, my views on Ronaldo is I don't think he's here. And I saw a lot on Twitter of people worrying for Mason Greenwood, thinking that he's not going to get minutes. I don't think that's the issue. I think the person who should be worried is going to be Anthony Martial. I think Ronaldo is going to...
That's his career done. That's his United career done.
Ronaldo's here to be the second striker, essentially. You're going to have probably Sancho and Rashford out wide. You're going to have Greenwood Cavani feeding through the middle and just behind, like Tanner explained, making those kind of fast-paced runs to create space is going to be Ronaldo, and it's going to be brutal to watch for some teams.
I mean, you could even have Ronaldo up the middle and have Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, whoever, Lindegaard.
You've got to fit Pogba in there as well. Lingard, can you imagine Pogba spreading the ball for the likes of Sancho, Rashford, and Ronaldo?
That is a frightening front line.
This has been the best transfer window in my lifetime.
This is
the amount of talent.
I was part of Tekkers for the roundup of transfer in the last year, and I was blessed to be part of that. I feel even more blessed to be a part of this transfer window with you guys.
And that's even before Chris makes his appearance. He's going to be suited and booted, is what I hear, come Tuesday. He's going to bring the pain, gentlemen. He's going to be all dressed up. So
he'll have to have a yellow tie. He'll have to have a yellow tie.
We even talked about him, walking streets and interviewing civilians.
Please no purple dildos. Please no purple dildos. And no interviewing Adam Wingate outside the Tottenham Hotspur.
That has to be done. That has to be done.
If he shows up outside of
Chelsea Bright.
If he shows up at the Emirates,
and well recovered for Harvey Elliott.
And here at the gates, Pete Adam Wingate outside the Etihad, and he's been turned away yet again. Shock.
Is he just in a permanent state of transit, just trying to get into any club now? Still,
that would be the joke. Yes.
Did he not Stoke in the end?
I think he was he at Portsmouth?
West Brom.
It was at West Brom, yeah, and he tried to fabricate the move to Tottenham, and Tottenham was essentially sent him packing. Said, "What? Get away! Who the hell are you?"
They had to send security down and not let him into the building.
I just love the idea of him being like, "Yeah, you guys called me. I was here. Like, you guys wanted me to be here, right?" UTT Robin the Chat says, Chris suited and booted. Is he going to wear his formal Burnley shirt?
A Burnley shirt and a bow tie. Just one of them spinning ones.
Bow ties are cool.
Oh, why go with the xenophobia again?
I didn't. Ball.
That's handball. That looked like as it Borka. I said Borta.
And both are cool.
They are cool. I love a spiffy little Borta.
Mags, if you're not wearing one for my wedding, I'll be very disappointed.
I'm wearing my birthday suit to your wedding, sir.
Yes.
Oh,
please tell me that's not. Please tell me that's a suit you wear for your birthday, not the one you were born in.
And it's going to be freshly pressed. Oh, I went wrong there. Even I am disgusted in myself for that one. Apologies.
You could have gone very. Yeah, Mags does not speak for Radio Tekkers, only for himself.
ever at all.
Matt, what do you think about glasses? No glasses, Jurgen Klopp here.
He looks. He
actually looks older. He actually looks older to me.
Without the glasses and the beard,
technically he is older.
If you took his cap off and put him in a crowd, I would better pick him out. He just so. So
you said he looks like Where's Wally?
No, I'm saying, Meg, he looks like any person in a crowd without his distinctive glasses and beard.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right now he'd be the only person in the crowd with a smile on his face.
I don't know. Liverpool 0-0. I think that it's fine. It's fine.
How are the early match jitters doing now for you guys? Now you've seen 20 minutes of Liverpool really kind of dominate. Are you more confident that you're going to get the win, or is there always still that bit of trepidation?
I wasn't trepidation. I'm feeling quite comfortable still. Matt.
Well, yeah. I mean, you predicted Arsenal to win 2-0 twice in a row, and twice in a row they've been absolutely decimated.
Twice I'll say this: I didn't think.
Oh, and as we say that is a glorious header. That was absolutely superb from the corner. Yeah. Havertz with the long looping header absolutely beats everybody in the defence all the way over Alisson, and that's a great goal. And the trepidation should be there, lads, because you just got demolished. From the edge of the 6-yard box, looping header, there's nothing any of them could do. That was that's inch perfect, an inch lower. And Alisson gets his fingers on that, an inch higher, and it hits the bar.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's exactly what it is. It's a
great header,
perfect header.
That was a perfect header, but it's not from a person you'd expect from. Congratulations to him. Yeah. Now we will have to see what Liverpool can do, having conceded their first goal of the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, and. Look, it's not like this is a surprise. We all here on this panel said that Chelsea was going to score, right? Mm-hmm. Like there are goals in this Chelsea team.
It's his first goal,
and
which we covered here.
And there's no one you can particularly pin any blame on in that.
No, that was perfect. That was Chelsea perfectly executing.
Yeah, it was just a teasing corner to nobody. Havertz created a little bit of space and. He perfectly lobbed the keeper, and there was no one to follow. It was just such a well-taken header and a great goal. But I'm sure Liverpool will be looking to react quickly.
I will say as well,
and they are straight away. They're on the attack pretty much straight away.
I will say it was a perfectly given corner as well, because at first glance, it looked like it was going for a goal kick, but it had nicked off Trent Alexander-Arnold, which the linesman did see.
Harvey into Salah.
I mean,
it's interesting seeing this kind of slow build up. Oh, that was so close.
Well, Mendy
tried to keep it on, and he actually ended up giving it away a corner. But yeah, it's interesting to see this kind of slow build-up from Liverpool when they're so well known for that fast break and beating people with pace.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with them missing Gini Wijnaldum. I mean, he was one of the workmen in Liverpool that made them tick along so quickly with his fast decision-making.
Poor corner by Robertson. Daisy cutter there. But Liverpool retrieved the ball. Back with Matip now.
Henderson feeds the ball forward
to absolutely nobody. Oh, if that Lukaku was looking to break on Van Dijk, then it'd be interesting to see an actual race between those two, because Van Dijk is a pacey defender. I'd love to see
how Lukaku is really quick.
Well,
yeah, a little bit quick.
We've been talking about this Van Dijk versus Lukaku matchup here, and yet
we're seeing it now.
Well, it's not actually Van Dijk; it's Fabinho. Fabinho is on Lukaku.
That's a good decision.
Oh, it looked like Lukaku kind of pulled up a little bit then.
Yeah, he lost the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Alisson, hello.
Yeah, Lukaku, he knew that he made a mistake there. I think right now Liverpool have to be a bit beside themselves about the Jordan Henderson chance that they had earlier.
Yeah.
If that would have been left for Bobby and it scored, I think we'd be looking at a totally different game by now.
Mm-hmm.
Lukaku backing right into Van Dijk there.
Oh, and
as Liverpool break.
And Mendy had to come out again. And
well out by Mendy. Well out. But it's still not safe yet. And then Kante picks it up and straight away defence turned into attack. Havertz. Can he pick out Lukaku? No, he has another go himself. Deflected for a Chelsea throw in.
I will say, it wasn't best cleared by Mendy. It almost went straight to Liverpool player.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully for him, it came off all right. But
very ticky-tacker in the corner there. Go on.
Offside given.
Mm-hmm. Connor McCabe posts in the chat. Pulisic posted on his Instagram story that he should be back within the next week if he shows no COVID symptoms. So that's a good update there on Christian Pulisic.
Good to hear.
Does Pulisic fit back in this team though?
Well, I think they could use him. I think they could.
Oh
use
yeah,
his
absolutely. He's certainly a talent. But who do you drop out of this starting 11 to fit him in?
I mean, I don't know if he starts. That's the problem. I think he's great for the bench. I think he's a great option, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
if
no
he
one
starts.
wants to be a bench player, do they?
No, but that is a reality for many footballers, it seems.
I mean, Mount and Havertz have started this game really brightly. Kante and Jorginho. I mean, Jorginho was the Champions League Player of the Year. So
Harvey Elliott. Oh my God.
He's no fear, this kid. I absolutely love watching him so far.
Well, way too deep.
But again, like I said earlier, it's showing that there's certainly going to be opportunities for goals for Liverpool. They just need to be more clinical with the crossing and the finishing.
I think they need to settle down, and I'm not sure if I'm all over Joel Matip staying beside Virgil van Dijk here. He's a good defender. He's a really good defender, but seeing how he reacted emotionally very early on in this game, that's not a great sign.
Well, we're just seeing a few replays of the Havertz goal, and it actually looks like it comes off the back of his head, almost his neck, and he doesn't look at the goal at all. So he's certainly not meant to do this. I mean, he's obviously meant to get an attempt on goal, but he's certainly not meant to do that. But them's the breaks, unfortunately, for Liverpool, and it got it in exactly the perfect place that it beat everybody. And we have a Chelsea player down. It's Jorginho.
Are you sure it's not Reece James at Azpilicueta again?
It's certainly Jorginho because he does look like a shaving brush with the form on it.
No, Chris, I'm not letting that go.
Oh, God.
Jorginho getting the magic sponge, and he'll soon be up and running about. Look at that.
Yeah, there weren't any syringes involved in that. No, not at all. Well, we didn't see anything. There's nothing there going on. Don't even. Why would you even rationalize that Chelsea might be capable of doping their
I'm not
players?
entirely sure what you're getting at there, Tanner.
I'm just.
Are you fabricating a story for your own drama at this point? Are you got screenplay in motion or something?
He's going to be putting a tweet. Sources say that maybe Jorginho is a heroin addict.
No, I'm not saying. I definitely did not say that. That is 100% for sure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. He went down because he needed a fix. But
I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding.
People saw him with a belt round his arm, and
I just want to remind everybody that we here at Radio Tekkers, we do not advocate for drug use of any sort. It's in the YouTube policies that we do not promote drug use. So
and we definitely don't, allegedly.
Say no to drugs, kids.
Correct.
Yeah.
And as we say that, Liverpool have the ball back in defence. As I quickly segue away from Tanner's horrific take, and Van Dijk spreading the ball wide.
Yeah.
Chelsea winning it back.
But you credit Fabinho and
that's
Trent.
a great ball by Trent, but unfortunately, Mane is not able to make much of it.
Fabinho and Trent Fabinho seems to be just stepping in and clearing things up, which is exactly what he's paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very pleased to see him back in midfield where he needs to be.
I think the difference so far between these two, and it is actually really razor thin, it's that Chelsea's first touch from pretty much everyone is just that much better than Liverpool's.
Oh, lucky right there. Liverpool screaming for a corner. I think it has been given.
Yeah.
I think that is pretty spot on, Mags. I think particularly when it comes to the final third, I don't know if like overall I would agree because like you said, it's razor thin. It's hard to see where the margins are, but I mean, obviously Chelsea's been at least slightly more clinical. They've been able to score a goal here. So I don't know.
I mean, when it comes to potential chances, Liverpool have certainly had their fair share, probably more than Chelsea have.
Harvey Elliott chipping it in,
and again, Harvey Elliott is just—he's been outstanding this first half. This first half an hour or so. But yeah, I think the goal is the only thing that's really separating the teams. Mm-hmm. Aside from the fact that when Chelsea get the ball, they just look like they have it under control a little bit quicker than perhaps Liverpool do.
We've got Konate, Thiago, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain warming up on the sidelines here.
And you're going to need them.
I would say
maybe.
I would say Thiago, maybe Konate. Konate would be interesting.
Before anyone starts shouting me about Thiago, I want to say this.
Okay.
Last year he didn't perform as well as he could have done. I'm hoping that this year he does perform much better because I want him to.
Can we not just do this first? As you were.
I'm not entirely sure that was a hot take, Max, to be brutally honest.
You mentioned Thiago and my finger instantly floats over the button.
Mane had a decent chance there, but it was picked up by Mendy as Chelsea build from the back here.
And again, Kante's ball spread is so damn good.
Mm-hmm. It does look like Matip is causing Lukaku some issues, but this is certainly a battle to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I do feel that maybe, like a lot of players last year, Thiago just didn't have the crowd to feed off of, maybe a little bit. And what a great moment for you both to start coughing off microphones, so I actually can't have a conversation with you.
I think that
I was allergic to that horrific take.
I think Thiago was missing a lot more than just the crowds. I think he was missing a lot of pieces that could have helped contribute to an even better squad.
Salah.
And to add to that, I don't think Thiago's the kind of player that necessarily feeds off the crowd.
No.
I was trying to help.
Cold.
I was trying to be nice.
Calculated.
Yeah.
Almost soulless behind the eyes kind of player.
It's a very strange way to describe Thiago Alcantara.
No, I think he's just clinical. I don't think the crowds are. I mean, he's not a Pogba. He doesn't feed off the buzz of the crowd. I think he's not a Salah who feeds off that passion. I think he's someone who just gets about his job as he knows it.
He's about as close to the blend of I'm being bold, Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets as you can get. I mean, those were the guys that he warmed up and played with.
Oh my God! Mason Mount almost went through and scored a second goal there. And again, it's from that extra bit of facet that Lukaku's added to his game, holding off defenders and playing off them. Played the ball to Mount, and Mount has scuffed it wide. Looks like Henderson got a touch, so it's a corner, but very, very dangerous defending by Liverpool. They're giving Lukaku way too much freedom and space.
10 minutes to go to half-time, gentlemen.
Well done, son. Well done. Just don't score that goal.
Otherwise, you are out of the family. Yeah. No inheritance for you, Mason.
You're grounded. No supper.
Wow! I mean, if anybody gets a pass for a bad shot, it's got to be Harvey Elliott because he's been really good this match. But anybody else got on with that, and that should have been hitting the target. Jesus, he did whiff that.
Yeah. I mean, any better of a touch, he would have smashed that.
He's shinned it. He's absolutely shinned it. Poor kid.
Maybe give him a little bit of a pass there because he is primarily left-footed. They can move right, but you'd say nowadays that most players can play with both.
I give him a pass because of how well he's played so far. And he's so young. He's obviously got a lot to learn, but he needs to be more clinical in positions like that.
For sure. He'll have more chances for sure. But he wasn't afraid to take the shot on, for sure.
He's still staying up ahead, which is good.
I don't think he's afraid of anybody. Literally anybody at all.
Maybe Klopp. I would be. Because he wants to, he can bench him. Liverpool slowing things down, just not their style normally.
I mentioned that earlier on. It's actually quite intriguing.
It's very unlike what we predicted here early on. In fact, if I'm looking at the real-time possession stats, it seems as if Liverpool actually have nearly 60% possession right now.
Christensen is down and he's out of position. A Liverpool break. Liverpool in a free kick. Jorginho not happy about it.
Not at all. Shouting in the rest face.
Well, he can get over it.
I mean, the ref can get over being abused by a player.
No, Jorginho can get over
it. Yeah, Tanya, you were mentioning there about Liverpool having the better possession. They've actually had the more shots as well. The issue is none of them have been on target yet.
Yeah.
Just did the one though.
Absolutely. And with that front lineup, you would never count Liverpool out of scoring.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is over this free kick. Looking to put this on the penalty spot, probably.
Oh, they're going for a lot of deep free kicks, aiming for that back post. But Mendes, solid as ever.
Very solid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you've got 30 million to spend on a keeper, you would rather spend it on Mendes than say, Aaron Ramsdale.
Still can't believe they got him, comparatively speaking, for such a low fee for a Mendy, you know? I mean, you think about how much they paid for Kepa.
Chelsea must know something about the managing director at Rennes because they've raided two of their world-class keepers for next to nothing.
Well, that's where Petr Cech comes into effect, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Not only does he get you good goalkeepers, he also stops Super Leagues from happening. And he did, apparently. Allegedly, he did. Allegedly,
are we gonna put all of this on Petr Cech? We're gonna put the end of the Super League down to Petr Cech being like, everybody.
Well, he went out to talk to the fans who were protesting.
Yeah, he certainly flicked the first domino.
Yes. It is an iconic picture of him.
I will sort this out.
Yeah, and he did. And an hour later, Chelsea pulled out of the Super League, and then everyone else followed suit.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a way, Petr Cech did end the Super League.
Petr Cech rocked into that boardroom, started putting his rugby hat on, and he went, right, if we're staying in this Super League, I'm throwing some hands.
And he's got big ones because of those gloves.
He's going gloveless. This will be bare knuckle.
Oh, Kante stayed down. He just come back from injury as well.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
If I was Chelsea, I'd be a little. I'm trying to be.
You are getting so many passes for it being your birthday for your wittiness. It's brilliant. It should be your birthday every day.
I put them all in the bank and I save them up. That's what you do. No, but of course, Conte being down is definitely not good for Chelsea. That's definitely not a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one who felt. He literally considered Mane, and the foul wasn't given.
He rode him like a donkey. He had to.
I would not be surprised at all if that did hurt because he landed knees first.
Mm-hmm.
It would have stung for sure, but he's a tough man. He'll get it. He'll run it off.
Mm-hmm.
I reminded that at the same time that Stuart Pearce once tried to run off a broken leg.
Yeah,
I mean, weren't there a City keeper who won a cup with a broken neck as well?
Yes.
Living legend and Twitter shitposter John Barnes in the crowd.
Yes, he is in the crowd. Watford legend as well, of course.
Well, no. He played for Watford, legend.
Jota's coming on. Jota is coming on for
wow.
That's
that's very tactical. That's almost a Tuchel style. Thing. That's a Tuchel style substitution.
That's very very cutthroat of Klopp here.
Yeah. Bobby clearly he wanted to give him a go, but it hasn't worked out. So let's see what you can do, Diogo. He is having a knock.
Aside from being involved in the Henderson chance, he's not really done much.
No, kept him quiet, haven't they?
I can't really figure out why. If this is just a tactical move by Klopp at right before halftime, or I don't know if he just saw something. That's a very interesting move. Diogo Jota on for Bobby Firmino.
I will check through social media at halftime and get back to you on that one, Tanner.
Appreciate
See if anyone has heard or seen anything, because obviously we've all got our great big cans on, so we can't hear any commentary going on. Not that we want to, because we're talking to our lovely voices.
I love what you bring to this, mate. It's amazing. We've all got our lovely big cans on. Brilliant.
I could have been way ruder.
Oh,
I love that Van Dyke just showed Lukaku out and then won the pass and possession carries on. If he can do that all game, then I'll be happy.
I'm telling you, man. That's a key battle right there. But I'm surprised that we haven't had much more of those. Lukaku's definitely decided he wants to take his chances with Matip instead. It seems.
Maybe he's seen a weak link.
Yeah, or maybe he could just be a real man and take on Van Dyke.
Oh my word! Look at you instigating farts between football professionals.
Every time Tanner says that, the viewership spikes. By the way,
Yeah, which is I mean, I think there's some magic in these. Yes, you buy your buy your Radio Tekkers only cans.
And Rob coming through clutch. It was Bert Troutman. Yeah,
Bert Troutman. Yeah. Yes, I couldn't. That was often an answer of fighting talk to best soldier, because he did. He broke his neck and won a cup.
And that were in the days when goalkeepers wore flat caps.
That's a
Flat cap. Smoked a pipe at halftime or during the game sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, what else are you gonna do? Like you're watching the game.
I remember there being a story. The fog was so bad once at Anfield. The goalkeeper, the game was abandoned, and the goalkeeper stayed in nets because he didn't know the player had gone off.
That's brilliant. And the stadium closed, and he ended up staying there. We're still there when they opened the stadium for the next game.
I don't know if it was the home player or the away player, but I remember seeing the picture. I'm not entirely sure of the real story, but I like to think it is if it's not.
Surviving
It has to
off
be.
Of, surviving off of
John's
bang.
really fine. John's did a great job there driving for the corner.
Well,
in one move, John did more than Bobby Firmino did in the first 40 minutes. Unfortunately, because I love Bobby Firmino. A second goalkeeper's hand as that extra inch of reach. Indeed, UTT Rob, absolutely.
Yeah, and
Van Dyke is up.
It's good for the digestion too. So you know.
And that's again. Oh, how has that not gone in? Again. 4 chances that should have gone in, and no goal.
No goal given.
That is how did none of them go in?
Gary Neville has just said he's sure he hit James's arm in there somewhere.
I mean, there has to be a penalty shout somewhere in there.
Definitely. There's definitely that whole 10-15 seconds needs
VAR.
Yes, twice.
That's a penalty.
Ooh.
I mean, that hit back in, was that Van Dijk? And then
Van Dijk hits the bar.
It hits Reece James in the arm off of a deflection from Jota,
and then there's a hit in the arm of Jota there. That has to be a penalty, surely.
It's a penalty.
It's got to be.
Are you ahead of Tanner here?
You better not be ahead, sir.
He's checking the monitor now. It's 46-45 on my screen.
Oh my god. I can't say anything. I just saw something on Twitter and I can't say anything.
You can put it in the private chat though, sir.
Red card!
Red card to Reece James.
I mean, that's harsh.
No, to be fair, it's denied a goal scoring opportunity on the line. It has to be a straight red.
And then Mane though, that's like, well, you did cheat, so get the fuck off.
You can't argue that one. But the Chelsea players all are. Oh
wow.
My God,
by the way, Chris is in the chat. Hello, professional expert Chris. How are you, sir?
Yes,
Mendy's picked up a booking as well. It looks like for Descent.
Yeah. Liverpool. I mean, are they going to get a penalty here as well because of the red card?
Well,
they're sending us for stopping a goal scoring opportunity. It's a penalty.
Yeah.
This turns the whole game on its head.
Because 1, the red card. 2, penalty will
going in at half-time level when you have been. Rudiger. I mean, Rudiger does like get himself booked. He's being very dissension towards the ref.
He's being very chirpy.
It'll be Mo Salah who will take the penalty because Milner's not on.
I will actually agree with Chris that this is a very harsh red card. Yeah,
I do agree. Letter of the laws does state that it has to be a red, but I think that maybe it shouldn't be.
I think with the ball pinging around the box as it did, it's not. I don't think Reece James went out of his way to handball. He didn't make concerted efforts to stop that with his hand.
No.
The red is harsh, but them's the breaks.
This definitely needs to be one of the rules that is reviewed, and I'm surprised that it wasn't a rule reviewed earlier this season. To be quite frank with you, it's harsh for Chelsea.
There we go.
Salah equalises.
Essentially, the last kick of the half, and
but that's what VAR is there to do.
Yeah, and VAR is right in its decision, and there is Henderson as well getting involved. Surely he should be the one calming it down. Oh, Alonso almost took the head off Robertson there.
Somebody said something. Oh, this game's going to get really...
The way you got to stop...
The second half of this is going to be brilliant. And it's another booking.
Now he's flashed at Mendy, yeah.
Did Mendy not get booked earlier on? He did flash a yellow card earlier for somebody else. He did. Because if that's right, that's Mendy's off.
No, because he would have flashed the red after at him, obviously, but he didn't flash it. I'm seeing Tuchel here trying to cover what he's saying, but he's doing such a poor job of it. He's like that woman in Waitrose. You think that because her mask is round her chin, that covers it. You can see what he's saying.
I think the substitution of Jota actually now is a master stroke.
Yeah,
an absolute master stroke.
It's caused some kind of psychological breakdown in Chelsea.
Exactly. So I've got to say, this game was already bubbling nicely, and it's field analyst Chris Max, Radio Tekkers senior executive field analyst. Thank you very much.
Yes. It's true.
So Liverpool are now have a level going in at halftime, but crucially a man advantage.
Yes, and a very angry, wound up, passionate Chelsea side. This has gone absolutely belly up. This has gone belly up for Chelsea, and they're all pointing at Trent. So
Rudiger just pointed and shouted as he walked off. Aspilicueta's got to calm his players down here. He's got to.
I mean, how?
You got to.
Well, he's the one in the face of the ref.
Yeah, but I've always said the only people who should be able to talk to the ref are the captains at any point. Apart from that, you got no reason to.
So that's why Mendy got booked. He booted the ball
at Henderson, and that's why Henderson's upset. Yeah.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense.
I will say that credit to Jacob for pushing him away.
Yeah. Chris in the chat said he'll just start watching. Firmino wasn't injured. No, it was very much a tactical substitution. He was anonymous for the 40 or so minutes he played on the pitch. We literally mentioned his name once, and that was when Henderson took a shot that he should have left for Firmino. He was very, very quiet.
And now Tuchel in the tunnel is arguing with the referee team.
We're not seeing this. We're adverts in the UK here, Tanner. I'm going to use this moment to quickly take a bio break. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
All right.
And let's all of us kind of refresh our mental state, and we've got a little teaser of a video for you here at Radio Tekkers. So enjoy this.
Cream soda.
Nice. You like cream soda?
Yeah.
You're a delinquent as far as I'm concerned.
I love cream soda, mate, but it's got to be the cheap £1 shit. The good stuff's too sweet.
That makes no sense in itself. Cream soda is rank. I don't know.
It's not lemonade, flavor, isn't it? That's all it is.
Now I like vanilla, but I don't like cream soda. It's rank.
Well, then you're the delinquent idiot.
Yes, coming soon. The waiting room here. It's going to be an amazing show put on by our own Simon Powell and Benny. This is amazing. I'm super hyped to see what these two come out with next.
And for context, we have only seen that clip. It's not like we've been given any kind of like peeks behind the curtain, and we're hyped for that. So yeah, expect that in the coming weeks, and a lot more from the members that we announced last week with Ray Cash and Ore. They're going to be bringing some quality wrestling content to the channel very, very soon. So yeah, we're spreading our creative wings.
Absolutely, we are. Can I say, what's wrong with cream soda? Seriously.
What's up with cream soda?
What's wrong with cream soda? I love it.
I like cream soda.
Do you like the cheap cream soda like Simon does?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're a delinquent as well, then.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm from Essex, of course I am.
Well, I mean, it's whatever you. I mean, what do you consider cheap? What do you consider cheap cream soda?
50p a bottle.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
Hashtag Team Cream.
Anything where it's 50p for 2 litres of liquid is not ever going to taste good.
Man, you talk to someone who's got a 17p bottle of lemonade in the cupboard.
And you know, it absolutely does not surprise me in the slightest.
It's there for a mixer. It's not there to taste good. It's just, but as a mixer, it works quite well. Good for parties. Speaking of parties, should we talk about what happened briefly earlier in the Premier League, gentlemen? Mainly what happened at the Etihad, where you guys, of course, did a rapid review earlier. Should we give a time estimate, a prediction of how long Arteta's got left in the job? We're talking hours, minutes?
Tonight. He should walk tonight. If he has any respect for the team and himself, he should walk tonight.
I mean, I knew Arsenal were bad last week, but I didn't think they'd be worse than last week. Thing is, going forward, they didn't look too bad. The thing is, at the back, they had problems, and as soon as Xhaka got sent off, then they were never going to be able to recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. You have to sack him. I agree with what Mag said earlier when we did a rapid review. Do you wait the 5 games and see if he can turn it around in time for the rapid, like not the rapid review, or for the I guess after post October break? Do you wait that long, or I mean, do you think about the 15 points that you could be wasting? Right, or the 12 remaining points that you could be wasting right now. It doesn't make any sense for it doesn't make any sense to keep him around if there's no signs of progress here.
And there isn't. I mean, he's got worse and worse and worse as the season's gone on. And with three games in, they're already breaking the records of the worst start to a top flight season that they've had since 1954. Scored 0 goals, conceded 9 goals, rock bottom of the league. And we've joked about Arsenal being relegation candidates. Obviously, none of us really believe that. But after this performance, you kind of have to put them in that mix because the teams above them are all better than them.
Chris brings up a good point in the chat, and we'll get to some sort of Champions League talk here momentarily, but the problem here that Chris points out is who wants to actually go and manage Arsenal. I think that the issue here is Antonio Conte does seem to be the best solution that's out there, or at least the most reasonable one, as Zinedine Zidane's probably not headed to Arsenal anytime soon. But I think the problem that I have with that selection is Conte comes off to me as the type of manager who wants to be there at the beginning of a season or when a window is coming up so that way he can try and build the squad in his vision. Now, he might take it up just so that way he can see, what pieces he's working with, but I mean, he comes across to me as a guy who likes to have his kind of players around him. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. But is there any other option? Who else can take hold of this locker room, which has zero respect for Arteta, which just has zero respect for the club? Then
I'll do it for $10,000 a week.
Yeah, I mean,
Brenda, who's the next door neighbour of Chris, our analyst. Mavis, the tea lady from Barcelona, is available. Andrew Taylor, maybe even he's clearly interested in influencing game. Maybe he can influence Arsenal a bit more now.
Harry Redknapp likes money. Big Sam
Alan
Allardyce. Big Sam.
But on a serious note,
Neil Warnock.
Conte is probably the man who is available who will take the job, possibly.
UTT Rob, wash your mouth out. Never put that out in the ether.
As much as you're going to hate me say this, Mags, they need someone alongside. But to be fair, they need someone like a Sean Dyche to go in there and grit in that. Not Sean Dyche himself, but someone like that.
There's nobody like Sean Dyche.
I think you need somebody, and I maybe this is what Matt is getting at, and Matt, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I think what Antonio Conte and Sean Dyche have in common is this innate ability to threaten players to be better than they are.
Bully them into being better than they actually are.
Antonio Conte comes across as a guy who might know some people, and that might be a very scary thing to a very young Arsenal player. Yes, bippity boopity indeed.
What continues to make me amazed is that Arsenal fans will screaming say Wenger out. Well, he's gone.
I mean,
now,
they
guys.
were wrong. I mean,
it really kind of shows how bad of a predicament Arsenal are in when Mesut Ozil is tweeting trust the process and a broken heart after how Arsenal treated him, after how Arteta treated him, and even he's heartbroken for Arsenal.
It does say something. I think you're the first person to compare the managerial styles of Conte and Dyche there, Tanner. Possibly, actually. There's also another manager who is out of work right now, Mr. Frank Lampard.
Get to folk. No, stop that mess. Don't encourage him. He needs to learn his managerial chops, and he's not going to do that at a club that is struggling with a manager now that hasn't learned his managerial chops. That's the issue. You're just replacing one problem with exactly the same problem.
Well, on a serious note, then, Max,
an inexperienced. They should go all out for someone like Conte. They really should. Someone who can bully the locker room, essentially. Well, someone who can take control of the locker room. Maybe not bully him as so much. That's don't do that.
If I give
certainly take control of them.
Threaten.
I'm going to quickly run through the top 10 with the bookmakers at the moment. Conte is the favourite at 3-1, joint with Brendan Rodgers at 3-1. Eddie Howe.
Brendan Rodgers, is in Champions League level team. He's dragged Leicester to the top. He's not going to go, you know what, I've had enough of winning. Let's try losing a lot for a bit. That seems fun.
I agree, but he is joint favourite. Eddie Howe is 6-1.
I mean, Eddie Howe again.
He comes across as, again, very like a very nice guy.
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe would maybe get respect in the early doors, but this is way different than dealing with a team like Bournemouth where they played for the team. I don't think a lot of the Arsenal players are playing for the team. I think they're playing for themselves, and I think he may struggle controlling those egos, but he is a good manager.
Next one at 12-1 is Graham Potter.
Not wrong with a bit of Potter.
Mm-hmm. And 14-1 then is Ralph Hasenhuttl.
Again, even though Southampton are in the predicament they're in, you wouldn't leave Southampton now for Arsenal.
They got a point this afternoon, they got a point against United. Man knows what he's talking about. Christophe Gauthier, 16-1.
Is that the guy who did the Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Yeah.
You didn't have to cut me up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's as good as Arteta. He's got as much experience as Arteta.
He's 16 to 1, and so he's
Now
Paulo
you're just the
Fonseca.
manager I used to know.
The Paulo Fonseca is also 16, and so is Terry Henry.
Give the job to Aubameyang.
And Lundberg is 18 to 1.
Lundberg, that's fine.
And
Robert Pires.
Wenger is 20 to 1.
Who?
Bringing back. Is Wenger still alive?
Yes, he went to Anfield.
He was just at Anfield.
last week.
Him and Jurgen Klopp were having a good old time there at the training ground.
Per Mertesacker is 25 to 1. So is Zinedine Zidane.
There is more chance of me being that new manager than Zidane. Zidane will not go from Champions League winning Real Madrid to relegation threatened Arsenal.
And just because I know everyone's going to ask what Sean Dyche's odds are.
No one's asking because no one wants it. Stop putting it out in the ether.
But to be fair,
You say these things and they happen, and I don't want this to happen.
33 to 1.
That's
The same.
There should be longer odds than that.
The same odds as David Moyes, Didier Deschamps.
Why would David Moyes? I've got West Ham into Europe for the first time in about 30 decades.
Massimo Allegri is also 33 to 1.
Right, come on. We have given Arsenal way more time than they deserve.
We have, unfortunately. Arsenal fans, I hope you turn it around for your own sake.
Let's talk some Champions League, especially let's talk Group B.
Yes,
Because that's a sexy group.
This is a Champions League group for sure.
It's certainly no Group G, that's for sure. With Salzburg, Sevilla, Wolfsburg, and Lille, I can't wait to watch those games. But yeah, this Group B is it's a spicy meatball. Did Liverpool come out of that group?
Yes, top group. Thiago Silva and Kovacic are coming on for Havertz and Jorginho.
That's the end of that, chaps. Liverpool come out of the group and onto the game. We are actually about to kick off.
Yes, but I just want to quickly let you know about those substitutions. I believe it will be tough, but I think Liverpool will progress.
It's a great group. I mean, you're going to see some amazing football there.
Atletico Madrid was the last game we had at Anfield before the pandemic, of course. So there's Liverpool want to correct that wrong. Porto's always a good game, and Milan, that history there, brilliant. I don't think Liverpool have played AC Milan in the Champions League since the 2007 final,
and they've lost. This is a transitional Milan as well, losing Donnarumma, but picking up Giroud, Tomori. So it's certainly going to be interesting. I think Liverpool win the group. I think Atletico will probably go through in second as well. But yeah, that out of all the groups, Group A and Group B,
one of those teams will not be in Europe at all because one drops down for Europa, but that's it.
And Group A with Man City and PSG in. When those draws dropped, Jesus, that was a great group.
That might be a watch-along, Mags, that one, mightn't it?
And then you throw in Leipzig as well.
That's
that's a group of death, or essentially two groups of death there, Group A and B.
We are
underway. We've been away about a minute now.
Jorginho has totally ignoring the football.
Jorginho's been taken off probably for his own good after the way he was acting at the end of the first half.
I don't think it should have just been him. Maybe he's subbed off because there was a lot of hot heads in that Chelsea side.
I reckon 14 of those 15 minutes at half time were taken up by Tuchel trying to calm down his team, basically. Yeah, basically, if Liverpool have much to do with in the second half, I would be surprised, mainly because Lukaku got to work that much harder. Because I don't believe he got Mount to help out there with him. That's it.
Yeah,
and Mount will work hard, but
it's going to be
a tough afternoon in the office for Chelsea. I feel now.
Yeah, for sure, and it's going to be interesting seeing how
with the ball.
how Harvey Elliott stacks up against Kovacic here, especially with him being down a man. It seems like that might free up Elliott to really put on a good display here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so confirming the bookings, it was actually Rudiger and Mendy who both picked up yellows.
It was really good who on Saturday. I mean, right, okay. And rightly so, to be fair. He was less than polite with some of his wordings.
He certainly was.
Jota in behind, wins the ball back for Robertson across it.
You may get a prediction right this time, Matt. The world is ending.
Every now and again I get one right, Max. Every now and again.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
I did say. I seem to remember Chelsea City fight was a one. I did predict Chelsea win 1-0 that final. To be fair, Max.
The interesting one to me is subbing off Conte.
Yeah, I mean he was the proper engine of that Chelsea lineup as well.
Yeah, I really don't see. I mean, unless it's injury, I don't see the rationale behind taking him off.
Oh, and I don't think they've took.
He didn't take Conte. He took off Jorginho. Oh, he did take half time.
Jorginho's still on.
It flashed up on the TV screen here, Jorginho. So I apologise.
They've took off goal scorer Havertz for Thiago Silva, which makes sense. It looks like they're essentially shutting up shop and going for the draw. And then they've brought on Kovacic for Kante, which I would have took Jorginho off, to be fair.
Well, I thought that's what they flashed up. That's what I thought they had. I do apologise about that. We
expect it.
We will be sacking the person who gave him the stats. So, sorry, Benny, you're sacked.
Chelsea effectively playing
and Liverpool on the break. Crowded out. Yeah, crowded out by Rudiger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's megged Salah, who then drags him down
and wins the free kick. Rudiger did a great job there, phenomenal goal, and he needed to be fair.
He's going to need to be on that form for the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, he's a very good defender. Chelsea effectively playing with a 3-5-1 right now, just stacking the midfield and trying.
They're still showing that replay of the first half, by the way, every chance they get.
I still think it's a very harsh sending off. Penalty, absolutely stonewall. Sending off, harsh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I as we said in the first half, I agree with this one, Mags. Letter of law says it's red, but I don't think the letter of law should say red.
Well, I mean, there was a whole debate about that too, right? Like, using common sense, about where your hand positioning is and everything, and it's for whatever reason it doesn't seem to apply here in this case in the goal scoring opportunity.
I mean, it was going in.
Yeah.
Liverpool on the break.
Seems all of a sudden they seem to have kicked up a gear. Mane,
yes, they do.
Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Elliott.
This is the same flowing football that Chelsea were playing.
Mm-hmm.
In for Jota and just over the crossbar. That was a beautiful outside the left foot from Salah, and Jota gets up and gets the header. Maybe 2 foot over.
What I can appreciate about what Liverpool are doing right now is that they understand that, yes, they have the man advantage, but they still are playing with some urgency here to try and actually win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that's like an overly simple thing to say.
Forward and has a shot.
Oh, Van Dijk from 30 yards.
Arnold.
Whip back in, and nobody can get over it. But
Salah.
Chelsea crowding out the box, and that chip from Salah goes safe. That was a great strike, a great low strike from Van Dijk.
He was there to step in, and he said, "I'll have a go." Bang!
I mean, it looked like it was missing the curling wide, but you never know. Mendy making a great save.
Mm-hmm. He's had to, I mean, that was that could have been a game right there for Liverpool and Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll check you through to me at half time. There's no one knows the reason why Firmino went off. Unfortunately,
It was tactical. It was sheerly tactical, and it was a stroke of genius.
A lot of people saying that if it wasn't an injury, then his career's done.
If it wasn't an injury, his career's done.
Yes, someone actually said that, Meg. Yes.
Why are Liverpool fans so dramatic? It was a tactical change.
It wasn't a Liverpool fan saying it.
I mean, are they
I
saying that
the Manchester United fan?
I try not to involve myself in Liverpool Twitter just because it's two ends of extremes, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's nobody like very few people who are in Liverpool Twitter seem to be reasonable.
And you've got Mark Goldbridge.
They're all mental.
And you've got Mark Goldbridge,
me and Matt
from the the Man United stan. Why does Mina go off? Is it because he's expletive? To which he's got.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. He did have a poor half.
Yeah,
but I think saying that his career's over is that's a reach. That's a very, very long.
It wasn't
reach.
that tweet said, but a lot of Man United fans in general have said that. Bear in mind, at one point that these are the same club, fans of the same club at one point who were coveting Bobby Firmino, and he came to Liverpool instead.
Yeah.
And this is also fans of a club who were literally burning their Ronaldo shirts because of the thought of him going to Man City, and now they are his best friend ever again because he's signed for United. So sometimes there's a lot of drama in football Twitter.
It's a great excuse to buy a new Ronaldo shirt. Funny, I burned the other one because I'm a moron.
Why did you buy the old one, mate? Oh, because I believed what someone I've met on Twitter said about him.
Yeah, what makes it all the better is how quick the Man United deal came through. Like literally 2 hours from Ollie saying, "Yeah, we're interested," to him signing.
Yeah. Ronaldo always knows where we are. Oh yes,
it reminds me of the Robinho deal between when he was meant to be going. By all accounts, to Chelsea, and then he rocked at Man City. Chelsea had been selling Robinho shirts all afternoon.
Yes, they had.
Yep. That was embarrassing. But that's a club. That's the club overreacting. That's not the fan. That's the club.
Yeah,
obviously. And but thank you to everyone who does follow us on Twitter. Follow us at Radio Tekkers, at PodFarmMags, at TechGentleman_, and myself at Matt.UK. And get involved in some banter.
Yes, and definitely give this video a like, give us a sub, and turn those notifications on because we will be coming hard and fast with. That sounded so wrong, but we will be coming at various times.
We've got a lot of content coming your way.
And of course, don't forget if you're over on Twitch, to give us a hello and a follow there as well.
Mags, brilliant. I'm coming hard and I'm coming fast.
And again,
get on board or get out the way.
Get out the way. Get out the way. It's getting over congested in that penalty area again.
Matt's getting into it.
The cop erupting because they want another penalty.
This Chelsea side is on the back foot. This is like watching Arsenal versus City earlier in the day, where Arsenal just couldn't come away from their own box.
Lukaku tried to give chase with a long ball forward, but Becker had a chance to actually pass it quite easily to Matip.
And look how deep those two lines of Chelsea players have got now. Defenders sat on the edge of the 18-yard box. Midfielders literally 5 yards in front of them.
Chelsea would take the draw now, wouldn't they?
That's what they're playing for. They're absolutely playing for that draw. There's only Lukaku in any kind of advanced position.
And that's arguable, seeing as he's in the Chelsea third right now as well.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is though, is this going to be hard for Liverpool to unlock?
It should be. Because they're very good defensively.
I mean, that's why you go and get a guy like Thiago Alcantara, isn't it? Somebody who can pick those locks.
Rudiger puts it out for a corner.
Especially now he's got the crowd behind him because he really thrives off that crowd presence.
You watch, Mags. Thiago's going to be our hope and favour.
He'll be the player you always wanted him to be.
I would take.
I always wanted him to be. Yeah.
I would take off Jordan Henderson for Thiago Alcantara.
Henderson!
Oh, as you say that, Henderson goes, would you, Tanner? Cop for this. Take this off.
That was like a couple of years
This
ago.
is can Thiago do this, Tanner? No, we cannot.
That's what Henderson did a few years ago.
Probably not. He may have scored that, you know.
And then he walked past with his head in his hands going, that failed. No, but that was a really good shot.
Mm-mm.
And that's G'd the crowd up. Not that they need any more G'ing up, to be fair.
Scenes if they actually got another penalty. That would have been
half an hour to go at Anfield.
You have to sense that a Liverpool goal is incoming.
I mean, that's certainly the hope. Liverpool with a full deck of cards still. Two substitutions and over 30 minutes to play here.
Fabinho having a go.
Oh, and again, Mendy with the clutch save.
Mendy is keeping Chelsea in this.
He gets down to the floor so quick.
It's a great strike as well.
Yeah, it was.
Corner taken short. Alexander-Arnold.
Great whipping.
Great ball in.
Oh, solid defending. And it's fired back across.
And another save by Mendy.
Oh, I mean, Mendy's looking for that Man of the Match award.
He's got it at the moment.
He might get it.
Yeah.
Alexander-Arnold is winning everything coming his way at the moment. Henderson puts it back out now to Elliott.
There's certainly a spring in the step for this Liverpool side.
Elliott. Henderson.
And then the one thing they don't want to do, though, is slow this pace down. They want to be full on attack at this Chelsea, because Chelsea will happily sit back and let Liverpool play with the ball in the middle of the park.
Every step that they make Chelsea go is going to be even harder for Chelsea, because they've got to cover more ground. Longer they build up and things, the more energy Chelsea will be recovering, of course.
But those Chelsea lines are so well organised.
They are. Well, to Ed, Tuchel is very, very good at doing that. Very good at doing that.
But again, Chelsea have fallen into the trap that Arsenal fell into, where no matter how much they make contact with the ball, that it's going straight back to a Liverpool player.
Mane. Chelsea danced through it. Played some dangerous
and are still, even on the ball, they were still forced back. And again,
Henderson
Liverpool just sweeps up the ball. Yeah, sweeps up the ball, and it's straight back to
Harvey Elliott.
To Liverpool on the attack again. Harvey Elliott is just so good to watch.
And he wins another corner.
That's Harvey Elliott is insane.
Yourself. How is endearing himself to that cop, which is right, he would take himself. Oh, pressure, young man. Great ball in.
Oh. Is that another corner? Did that come off a Chelsea defender?
No,
Liverpool. Goal kick.
Wasn't a bad corner, though. Mendy's glad for the respite.
We just get another replay of that, the saves from earlier. Mendy's so good. And that Fabinho shot, wow. Mendy saw it late as well, because it comes round Jorginho. What a save.
This has been an enjoyable match. Second half of the tape, Liverpool 7.
And Mendy's fluffed it, and it fell.
Oh,
and then Mane, that's a brutal foul.
Mane should be booked for that foul on Christensen, but not given. No booking given. No, it's gone for a free kick. Throw in. I'm excitable, boys. I'm sorry.
So I got distracted by the sponsorship panel. Is Elton John on a retirement tour? Is he on a farewell tour?
I believe he is booked in for one. Yes.
Someone's bottle. Is that a bottle of what I think it may be.
I don't want to think about it.
Please do not become France.
That's not good.
I will say that
That looked like a bottle of
it looked like a bottle
urine.
of.
It looked like a bottle of urine. Simple as
If
that.
well, either way, no matter what it was, if that bottle was thrown from Liverpool fans, then I can say that as a Liverpool fan, I obviously denounced that behaviour.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Or if it came from a Chelsea,
Though
I denounced that as well.
I have shaken up Gatorade bottles enough before to where it does get a bit frothy. So it's who knows what that could possibly be.
Either way, it's terrible.
It shouldn't be on the pitch, and we are better than Liga, and so we definitely don't want to see anything like that.
Correct.
Absolutely. Hopefully, security has already dealt with that gentleman or female.
Or even just mob rule, and the fans just attack.
It is Liverpool, so I mean,
the Copites do look after their own, as it were, and take care of their own, as it were.
I mean,
Chelsea breaking here.
Most of them will be fuming that they've wasted good Gatorade.
Mount's ball in,
And he's headed it back across. A great block.
and it had to be because Lukaku missed a scissor kick, and it was going in.
And Matip just there like a brick wall.
mm-hmm.
With biscuit knees, mate.
And Tanner is crowing, and so is Matt. But we'll see when they're out for 5 games afterwards.
I mean, look, if there's anything that this proves is that there's still life in this Chelsea team. This game is not over yet.
Absolutely can't take it lying down for sure.
Which means that Klopp should definitely think about subbing off Henderson for Thiago Alcantara.
25 minutes to play. I hope he doesn't sub off Harvey Elliott because he's been
Harvey Elliott should get the full 90 minutes.
He needs to stay the whole game. Yes.
Yeah.
Would be surprised if maybe he did think. It all depends if we get another goal. He might think about because obviously international break, obviously, and Salah is not going to Egypt, so I'm not entirely sure how we feel about the ban on red list countries players being released, gentlemen.
As someone who's not from the countries in the cups that are not getting the players, I couldn't care less. I'm glad they stayed in the Premier League.
I think that for health and safety purposes, I think that it's completely reasonable that they don't go into a red listed country.
Well, tell that to Edinson Cavani, who seems like he's going to be not listening to the advice of the Premier League. That's a great block by Matip. Such a
Fantastic.
I'll need to brush up on my Spanish a bit for that, Mags, but I'll give it a try.
No, I'm not sure he'd listen, to be fair.
I admire him wanting to play for his country, and
absolutely,
especially in the days of when you see a lot of club over country things.
Wow!
Salah had a chance there.
It's just showed the action area stat, and it's 54% of the action has been in the Chelsea's third for this whole half so far. 8% in the Liverpool's third.
Salah could have really stood to put away that chance.
Mm-hmm.
One could argue he fouled Salah because he kicked him in the calf, but no foul given, and we carry on.
I think the ref is going to be very hesitant to give any fouls away on this side of the pitch anytime soon. I mean, I'm not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it certainly seems to be a thing, considering the reaction that he got last time around. I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time, Danny, you got to think about: would you rather anger 10 Chelsea players, or would you rather anger 55,000 Liverpool fans?
I mean,
if it is a penalty as well. If it is a penalty, you don't give it. Then yeah.
Chelsea actually on the attack now. They've Lukaku was doing his best to shield the ball and pass it along, but Rudiger's give away the ball, and he's done well to retrieve it. Corner. But yeah, Liverpool corner. Good recovery though by Rudiger, and Why? I don't get that. Why did he then throw it to the ball boy furthest away from the corner?
To try and slow it down so we can get back, man. Why?
Yeah, I suppose, but it's just petty.
I mean, it's Chelsea.
Everything they can do to slow us down. Alexander will take the corner and put out a play for throw. Elliot, Alexander-Arnold crosses. Elliot retrieves. Dings it. Mane switch sides, it seems. Elliot again. Henderson.
He's just his tenacity is just outstanding.
It's phenomenal. I'm loving every moment of watching him play.
It feels like it breathes new life back into this Liverpool team too.
Exactly. He reminds me of when Salah first came to Liverpool. In a way, he might be the energy he brought, a different kind of energy, and this is a different kind of energy again. It's not the same energy that Salah brought. It's a different kind of energy. It just spices it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
I have another name in mind, but I fear dropping it for
Go on.
obvious reasons.
Drop it.
It reminds me a lot of Jack Wilshere. He reminds me a lot of what young Jack Wilshere did for Arsenal.
I suppose, or a Ross Barkley at Everton.
Matt decided to mute me, and that's fine. That's okay.
Jack Wilshere had a fantastic kick.
We all have that power, Matt. So there you go.
It is true, we do, yes. Mane taking on the back
with
again.
Great power comes great irresponsibility.
Absolutely. Mane wants a handball there. Not given.
Thiago's coming on.
Hurrah!
It won't be Henderson.
Thiago is already on for Chelsea. Not that you've seen him anywhere near the ball.
Yeah.
But
I will say
the number one Thiago is coming on.
What I will say is, as much as we want to agree with it, he's going to hook Harvey Elliott.
I don't know.
He will. I don't think get. That's a foul, referee. Come on.
How did he play on from that? They were hacking at each other.
Yeah.
And that as well. That's a foul.
Yeah.
Wow, this referee's playing very lenient.
That could have been a booking information mount for sure. Come on, son.
Lukaku looking to hold up the ball whilst he gets some support. The support does not come. And a great spreading ball to Salah. Salah's now only got Rudiger to run at. Harvey Elliott. Oh, unlucky with that. Unlucky with the return, Harvey.
But he's on the press straight away. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. When he does make a mistake, he tries to rectify that immediately, and that will serve him well in his career.
Yes.
Are Liverpool getting to the point of frustration now, though? This has been 25 minutes of pretty constant pressure from Liverpool, and they haven't been able to break down this Chelsea side. Going with 20 minutes to go, now 19 minutes to go.
Well, that's why.
Are we looking at a draw?
No, that's why you bring on Thiago Alcantara, is that you bring in a surgeon to do this kind of work.
To pick those locks.
Yes.
So you're thinking a surgeon rather than someone with a big hammer, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you're picking the surgeon, and the big hammer would be.
So who on the bench has got a big hammer?
Well, I'd like to think the Ox is pretty ruthless in a tackle.
That is very true. But is he willing to swing his hammer about, though?
Well, he's a newly minted father again, I believe.
Yeah. So it's not his hammer anymore, then. He'll have to ask permission.
In any case, anyways, we're just under 20 minutes to go here. It's Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1 at Anfield. Myself, Mags and Tanner, welcome you to Tekkers if you're late to the party. If you've not been here for the last 30 minutes, where have you been? Come on, seriously. Gentlemen, Marcus Alonso is set to take this corner. Thiago has not yet made an appearance to the touchline.
Mm-hmm.
Here he comes. He comes in and Van Dijk clears it. But not far. And it's now back to the halfway line.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the holdup is because he was just standing right next to Klopp moments ago.
Maybe Klopp has made another tactical switch. He might bring on Naby Keita.
In fair, Naby Keita had a good first couple of games, to be fair, Mags.
Still a turn in the punch bowl for me.
To be fair, Mags, you're holding him to... Fairness, he did come on a big transfer fee when he came in, I grant you. But he did... he's got some big shoes to fill if Genie now gone. But so far,
I don't think Naby Keita's the man to fill those shoes.
And behind,
I don't think Naby Keita fills his own shoes.
And Dave puts it behind. And
here we go. Here we go. Take off Hendo and bring on Hendo 2.0.
The Virgil van Dijk.
Get off.
Yeah, so Thiago on for Jordan Henderson.
This is Henderson was the more happy to do it. He clearly notices the tactical switch.
Yes.
Done his job. To be fair, Henderson played a good game.
Yeah, I mean he got a little bit heated in the melee, and he shouldn't have took that first shot. That was horrific. But he has played well. And Mendy just comes out and just picks that ball out of the air.
Very good goalkeeper he is too.
Yep. He was the UEFA Champions League goalkeeper of the year, you know.
If that was on your bingo card for how many times Mags have mentioned it, please chalk it off 10 times. Not the bad thing. It's worth repeating, Mags, to be fair, because he was that good last year.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea nearly clean sweep the award, to be fair.
Yeah, the awards, which they could have had a whole different night for that. We tuned into the draw. My goodness!
I watched the UEFA conference draw the day after, and it was like 20 minutes. They just fired right through it, where we had to sit through so much bump with the Champions League one.
For those who aren't aware of the UEFA conference, Mags, is this a tournament to get into Europa League, or is this running coherently with the other two Champions League and Europa League?
I think they're three separate tournaments, because a lot of the teams that are in this are teams that have never played in Europe at all. I mean, there is some that have had some Champions League experience, teams like Karabag and Maccabi Haifa and stuff like that. Oh,
it's a fact. Unfortunately, it's a fact. Though.
Spurs are in the UEFA Conference League. This is,
but you've got teams like from Gibraltar, teams from like Estonia and Lithuania who wouldn't normally get. Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't normally get through the qualifying stages for the Europa League. So it is cool that they've got this, but it's essentially meaningless.
Do you get a Europa League spot for winning it?
I think you get a handshake and a plastic medal.
A coupon.
for 20% off a Europa League final ticket.
I personally feel that if you win the Europa League, you get a Champions League spot. I feel if you win the conference, you should get a Europa League spot.
I would not be surprised if that's not the ruling.
Because for that little team like Gibraltar...
Oh, I mean, I think the ball would the play would stop, but still a good shot and a good save.
Because when you're looking at those teams from Gibraltar and Estonia and Lithuania and Morocco and places like that, I know Morocco aren't in, but I ran out of strange European teams. For them, a Europa League spot, that's big money for them. Obviously, big money.
I think for a lot of the teams, this Europa Conference is big money, and we kind of rag on it because we're elite level in our league.
We're used to the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're from Romania or you're from Estonia or Slovakia, where your teams don't necessarily qualify for the bigger tournaments, it's going to be an absolute goldmine for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's often been said that when Arsenal dropped out of the Champions League into Europa, if Arsenal went on to win Europa League, they would have got less money than the team who lost their first knockout round game of the Champions League, which is incredible.
Chelsea fans in the stands willing on their team. It's going to be, again, an interesting...
I'll get it with again!
If Chelsea can pull this off, this is quite the snatch and grab of a point.
12 minutes ago at Anfield.
When you consider how that first half ended with Liverpool well in the ascendancy, you would have expected this Liverpool team to come out and just destroy a 10-man frustrated Chelsea side. But this has been very kind of disciplined from Chelsea since.
And it needed to be.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely needed to be. But
yeah. I mean,
Tuchel is definitely a master tactician, and there's no surprise why he won the UEFA Champions League Manager of the Year award.
Well, and they have the right players as well to lock up a game like this.
They do, and they did the right thing, in my opinion. If Kante was injured, they'd definitely put the right player on for him, Kin Kovacic. But I don't know, Jorginho's calmed himself down a bit now. He was definitely hot-tempered earlier. Thiago. Close out, and now here comes Alexander-Arnold. Going for goal! Caught trying to catch Mendy out, and that could have worked. Didn't, but it could have done.
Yeah, I could really do with a Robertson goal, not going to lie. If he pops up and scores a winner for me, that would be quite glorious.
So I got some points for Salah's penalty, of course, so...
See, there you go.
And I also got a lot of points there for Diaz and Cancelo keeping clean sheets.
Connor McCabe in the chat is asking, is the game still 1-1? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And
it's been 95% Liverpool in this half.
Yeah. Chelsea literally putting 9 men behind the ball, trying to close up shop here. But Liverpool are still pressing on, trying to get, I guess, a result out of this here. Chelsea do seem to be quite happy with the draw.
Do you throw on a Minamino?
More than happy.
Or
Minamino would be an interesting change. Who do you take off for him?
He had a very bright pre-season.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, the only person that you would take off for him, I guess, would be either Sadio Mane or Harvey Elliott. I mean, maybe you go with Mane and sub off Mane for.
Do you maybe risk it for Chocolate Biscuit and maybe sack off Matip?
Oh, that's brave because it's still one apiece and it only needs.
Yeah, but you have Fabinho drop back if needed.
You're still giving a lot of space there to Lukaku. And we've seen, even in this position with Chelsea being 10 men, he's still been quite bright.
And Fabinho robs him quite quickly.
I'd be tempted to I'd be tempted to take off Mane for Ox. And then just go flat 4-4-2.
Robertson to put the ball out of play. That's not the best pass he's ever done.
Into the final 10 minutes.
There is tension in the air. You can feel the tension at Anfield. It's almost like an awe of expectation at times. We talked about a couple of weeks ago about if we thought the Man City thought they felt entitled to win this game. I feel maybe Liverpool fans at half-time thought that we were entitled to expect to win the second half.
And as we say that, Alonso's breaking forward. Chelsea have actually got some support here. they're looking to
strong in possession.
Do a smash and grab. They're looking to get that one goal and shut up shop and come away with all 3 points. The scenes, if they actually are able to pull that off.
If they do that, then all power to them for sure.
Fabinho went in hard and he come out the worse for wear then.
Yeah, but get back on the feet, referee waves it on, and the ball's just given back to Allison.
I believe Simicas is actually right next to Klopp on the touchline right now. He might be coming on.
I wonder if Robbo maybe be still feeling that injury of it.
Yeah.
Simicas had a great game against Burnley, for sure.
Well, and he could add a different dynamic as well. He's got a lot of great speed himself.
Liverpool fans named him as their player of the match. Mm-hmm. He was not given that by the as we talked about last week. He wasn't given that by the. He is coming on. Yes, it is Simicas.
Mm-hmm. So as it stands, West Ham will end the day top of the league.
Yes.
With Chelsea and Liverpool in second and third, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham fans would have took that start of the season for sure after 3 games.
I feel like there still might be some magic left in this game, but
there is. It's we can unlock it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only team with 100% record so far is Tottenham Hotspur.
The team which we trashed start of the season, and then they went and performed heroics.
Mm-hmm. And then saying that,
good save.
Alisson had to be strong there, and strong he was. That could have
Great
been
touch from Jota,
devastating. Way, yeah. That could have been devastating for Liverpool.
And
then we're straight on the back, 2 against 2.
Jota.
Great ball. Salah. Just couldn't get enough power behind it. Oof. End to end. Absolute end to end.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Salah should have. I think he was trying to thread a pass through to Jota, but it just.
It's a great pass from Lukaku.
He hasn't got that sixth sense, has he? I think with Jota just yet. Trent having a stab.
He's going to play. I think Simicas isn't on yet, is he?
Coming up to 5 minutes to go. Lukaku getting the best of Matip, but then Matip just recovering well.
Very strong.
Bullying Lukaku off the ball there.
Bullying the flat track bully, Mags.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Quite.
That's why they call them flat track bullies.
Thiago with a great ball over the top. And unfortunately, Robertson couldn't bring under control. And the ball's flying out of play, so they can get him off. And he'll go straight off that on that far side, I'm sure. Yes, he does.
I bet he wish he scored now.
Robertson goes straight off the other side, so that the beginning Simicas straight on.
And Robertson doesn't look happy coming off.
He also doesn't look like he's furious, but at the same time he also doesn't look 100% walking around either.
Maybe it's furious because he's picked up an injury.
Well, he's a very proud man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a very proud guy, and I think that he probably felt like he's really in the midst of a moment right here where Liverpool are pressing on. He wants to be a part of it, you know. And
he's only just come back from a spell on the sidelines.
Yeah.
To then pick up an injury, it must be frustrating.
Yeah.
And it looks like Chelsea been making no change. Well, they're bringing on.
Well, I'm not sure if it's a fresh injury that he has, but
so
Calabar coming on.
For Jorginho.
Interesting. Gentlemen, I will be right back. Okay, be right back.
Maybe they should have made this change a little bit earlier, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, a point at Anfield with 10 men it's a very, very good point. It's a very, very good point. So I think the onus was on Liverpool to make the changes and take the game by the scruff of the neck, and they haven't essentially. But it's just this disciplined, solid Chelsea defensive lineup that's pulled them out of trouble.
Harvey Elliott is the man on the ball again.
He's got a great knack of finding those short, incisive passes.
He does. It's extremely enjoyable to watch. It's pleasing to the eye. And he's also hungry. When he loses possession, he's hungry. Mm-hmm. He chases it down. He gets involved.
Oh, he's definitely got that youthful exuberance. And
free kick given to Liverpool.
Salah bundled over. No, ref says play on.
Yeah, he offered him, but he didn't play on.
And it comes through. Oh, if that would have brought better, that's a goal by Salah.
Thiago Silva, I think, saved the day there.
Great defending. That cheeky little whip up, and he essentially fell over and plucked the ball from Mane's feet without even being able to see it. That was quality defending.
That was experience for sure.
Still 1-1.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Simicast,
not for the want of trying at all, and studs up there.
Harvey Elliott, Trent. Harvey Elliott again. He's a man who instantly starts saying his full name, even though you don't need to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the ball is in the box again, and Chelsea scramble it out again.
And Van Dyke will start again. We have 90 seconds to play at Anfield. Plus, I believe there's a new term for it. No, it's not stoppage time. It's time lost. Time lost, I think it's now officially called.
It's stoppage time or added time.
Stoppage time, of course it is. But I like the idea of being called time lost. And Trent Alexander-Arnold will take this corner. He pushed his socks down. He's a bit like Jack Grealish all of a sudden. He had a growth spurt during the match.
Wow, very tussly in the box. Big Dave Azpilicueta is defending against way bigger Van Dijk.
Van Dijk is not the man you're not going to push him over. The corner's going in very high.
I mean, who set those kind of lineups at a corner saying, Dave, 5'8", you're going up against 6'5" Van Dijk
behind for a corner. It's going to be Simicast on the other side.
That was a great opportunity for a corner right there.
Wow, there's a lot of aggression in this box. Azpilicueta, Mane, Van Dijk, all kind of like bumping each other. And yeah, the referee very sensibly pulling Azpilicueta to a side and saying, look, you need to chill, Dave. He will batter you.
We did right before halftime.
Corner coming in.
We'll do it here at the end of the game, too.
There has been a bit of
and two Chelsea players are down. Oh, and shock. One of them's Azpilicueta. Lol. Rudiger and Mane getting in on it. Well, as Dave, you play silly games, you win silly prizes.
Yeah.
And there's no contact whatsoever. No contact from Mane whatsoever. That was ridiculous, Dave.
I do think that Jota may have fouled his man, but it certainly wasn't the one that Dave.
That poor fourth official has had it from both sides with two passionate German managers. I mean, German language as passionate as it is, it's very aggressive as a language. I bet he's had a horrible time. And we've got 3 minutes of time lost.
Jota was waiting for Mane to get on sides there.
Oh, Klopp went from pleased to angry in a second. Yeah, of course there are, because why would they not? Oh, give over Rudiger.
Rudiger saying it's cramp after the Quetta. Is that fine now?
I mean, this is classic Chelsea. It is classic Chelsea time wasting.
Christensen has been given a man of the match award in the UK.
For what?
For breathing.
Benjamin
Nobody
Mendy,
said
definitely.
his name. Benjamin. Did you say Benjamin Mendy? I don't think he's getting any man of the match awards in the near future, sir.
No.
Matt, the thoughts of Matt and his support of Benjamin Mendy is not affiliated with Radio Tekkers.
Absolutely not.
You meant Edouard. He meant Edouard, people.
Edouard Mendy, unfortunately. Yes, unfortunately, so yes.
Mags flipped out.
Getting hot in here, isn't
it? I'm normally the one that says the horrific takes like that.
Let's move on.
That was too spicy for me.
30 seconds to go, plus any extra time added on. Kostas Tsimikas.
And I'm here with two very frustrated Liverpool fans.
Mane, wins a corner.
This could be the last chance of the game.
Will Alisson go forward?
No. Oh, you were asking me where you were just putting it out there. I mean, the stats are all in Liverpool's favour. They should have won this game. Can they win it in the clutch? And there, Thiago Silva, big clearance, and they've rescued a point that they perhaps should not have had.
Actually, to be fair, I'm going to give Chelsea a lot of credit here, Mags. They worked hard for that point.
Yeah,
they worked hard for that point. They deserved that point. They defended their heart.
So the stats line is 65% possession for Liverpool, 23 shots with 6 on Chelsea, 8 on target. So Mendy has put in an absolute shift today.
Absolutely.
I mean, once Chelsea started parking the bus, they are probably the hardest team to break down defensively. So
I mean, they've just got the right players for it. I mean, they have the absolute right players to see out a situation like this, and 100% credit goes to Chelsea for doing this. I think that, I mean, both teams will be happy with getting a point out of this, but it certainly does feel like a huge missed opportunity for Klopp and for Liverpool. A
point is a point.
Yeah. This keeps Liverpool in third and Chelsea in second. I mean, you got to give heroics to Edouard Mendy. I mean, without him, I think that Chelsea would have clearly lost this game if it was Azpilicueta and not Azpilicueta, but Arrizabalaga in goal.
And that's why I'm surprised that they've given the man of the match to Christensen, because you didn't hear his name a lot. He wasn't the one who was putting the decisive tackles or making the last minute challenges. If anything, you'd say that Rudiger was more important and Thiago Silva was more important. So it's interesting that they've gone with that. I would have 100% gone with Mendy. I think without Mendy saving the shots that they saved, this could have been 4-1 easily.
Yeah, 100%. This is very interesting. Matt, being a fellow Liverpool fan with me, do you see this result or anything happening this week having an effect on if Liverpool are going to ultimately dip into the transfer market before we close shop here?
I find it unlikely. I generally believe that in terms of players, Liverpool have all the players that can do the job properly. Today, as mentioned in the chat by our chief field analyst, Chelsea did a sharp shot, killed the game, because they knew that as soon as Regent got sent off, they had to come to an entirely different ball game, which was park the bus. And unlike when Mourinho parks the bus, Tuchel does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I personally believe that Liverpool won't dip into the transfer market, as proven with the fact that Harvey Elliott today, chef's kiss. That kid, we ran out of superlatives to describe how good this kid is.
Yeah,
end of season, who knows?
If Liverpool would have won the game, I would have had Harvey Elliott as potentially man of the match.
Yeah, I would say that'd be pretty clear. I think that Henderson is clearly, going to be feeling beside himself about missing the chance that he had earlier. I think that could have easily put the game in a different spin entirely. Yeah, this will be fun. This will be a fun.
At the same time, I feel
league.
that Reece James will be feeling angry with himself when he's looking back at it because Valor said he had to get a red card. Whether or not we disagree about the red card or not,
I mean,
red card what he's given, and he's cost his team a win potentially here.
But that red card has changed the game. It's as simple as that. We would have seen a more attacking, flowing play from Chelsea, and we would have seen a much more interesting game if it wasn't for that red card. But Chelsea always have that plan B when things aren't exactly going right to basically take what they've already got, and that was a point. And I think Chelsea can be the happier for it. But both teams had positives, I think, to come out of that game.
Indeed. I'm quite pleased that as we said that biscuit knees duo at the back, as you call them, Mags. They seem to deal with everything that was thrown at them.
They did.
Easily well.
You could even call them tough cookies.
Don't applaud that.
I don't apologise for we don't apologise for Tanner's terrible joke there.
Yeah, that was horrific. Never tell that joke again.
In fact, just for good measure, I'm going to take you out again.
Chris, with a commentary on your jokes there, Tanner. I assume anyway.
Yeah, that's all right.
So that's Chris not being introduced in the next official video.
Yeah. Dan Griffin in the chat says, fair play to Chelsea and their defensive capabilities. I could moan about Chelsea's shithousery and the referee's incompetence, but that would be doing them a disservice. Impossible to break down. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what else could you say?
You said it perfectly. Yeah, you said it really perfectly.
Yeah. I think that Liverpool, I would like to see them dip into the market on or before Tuesday. Particularly for an attacker, somebody who can be more direct. But yeah. Mags and Matt working on top.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Interesting.
Dan Griffin also says on Twitch, thank you for joining us on Twitch, Dan, this week. Jorginho and Azpilicueta would have fit right in a Burnley today, mind.
I mean,
that fair?
We like those kind of hard-hitting tacklers like Azpilicueta and Jorginho. Maybe not so much the simulation and the pretending to be knocked out. That I'm not a huge fan of, but certainly the bat and the tenacity I'd love.
Yeah, he also adds that he didn't know that cramping was contagious. It certainly seemed that way.
It's like a yawn. You see someone yawn, you yawn. You see someone with cramp, all of a sudden you've got cramp. Yeah, Matt. Hee-haw, Matt.
Interesting. Alrighty, well, I guess man of the match shouts, we're going with Mindy. That seems pretty obvious. Or if it was on the Liverpool foot of things, Harvey Elliott, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense. Mendy was a star when Chelsea needed him to be. But Harvey Elliott was superb.
Absolutely. And as Conor McCabe said in the chat, fellas, our future debate with the Champions League, he's very excited. I'm quite excited about that as well, to be fair. As we mentioned earlier, obviously Liverpool have got a cracking group with some amazing matches under the lights at Anfield. And some other great matches.
We'll have to at least try and cover City PSG.
I think
that's a final in anybody's book. So we will work diligently to cover some of the big Champions League games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As we said, it says so in our opening graphic. In fair, we cover the Champions League as well as the Premier League here.
And if we don't, we'll certainly be doing rapid reviews and quick videos. Like I said, we are coming at you hard and fast with this content. So definitely get that notification button clicked so you do not miss a video from all the team here at Radio Tekkers, because we're looking to press on from last season and really kind of see where we can go with this thing. And without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are now. So we appreciate every single one of you who watch our videos, who like our videos, who share our videos. We absolutely adore you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you for everyone for your support.
Yes, 100%. We thank you guys for tuning in today. We thank you guys for liking the video, subscribing to the video. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and do so. We appreciate you guys for sticking around and checking us out.
Just down there.
Yeah, it's just right down there.
And Dan, yes, you did need to hear it. Say it. You might not know you needed to hear it, but you did need to hear it.
Matt, where can people find more of you and your content out there?
If people want to hear more of me, and why would you not? You can hear me over Visual Media on a variety of subjects, usually gaming or wrestling related. You can also find me directly below. I'll get right one day, but here at the Matt Attack. Thank you, Mag.
Go ahead.
And that's where you can find everything I post about. Usually hot takes, and it's usually not a good take.
That's why we have the stat attack button.
Absolutely. But to be fair, I'm just one man. I'm not these two gentlemen upon whom I stand, the giants of Radio Tekkers, who are Mag. Where can people find you?
They can find me at the Matt Attack UK, in case you didn't hear it the first time. But no, you can find me at Podfather Mags. I'm all over here at Radio Tekkers, doing lots and lots of content for you guys. In fact, you'll find me later on tonight with a UFC review, hopefully. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, Tanner, where can the good folks find your good self, sir?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TexasGentleman_, or you can simply follow, as the banner puts it right here, at Radio Tekkers, RadioTekkers. That's the official Twitter account of the channel. Whether you're wanting to get news and updates about Premier League football, Champions League football, just football in general, transfers, all that good stuff. We also have, of course, as Mag said, MMA coverage, UFC coming up later on tonight. He'll be taking care of that, grabbing the reins this evening here for UFC. And then, of course, we've got pro wrestling coverage, all the pro wrestling coverage that you could want. So
don't forget to check out Mags and Sai on Monday with Train Wrestling, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Sai and a whole Mags hopefully this time after the slight errors he had with Richard Branson last week.
And props to Sa, who was incredibly nervous about doing solo, but he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. So
very proud of him. Very proud of him indeed.
100%. And on a personal note, thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday in the chat. I really do appreciate it. But for these two kind gentlemen, I am Tanner, a.k.a. the Texas Gentleman, and y'all take care, and we'll see you again later.
We're out of here.
Bye-bye.